What's up, guys? We are driving down to
California.
Back to California. We just went to Sick New World yesterday night. It was super freaking sick. They were saying that we like trying vegan food, but we hate vegans.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what the guy told me in line. He was like, we love, because we're in line for vegan hooligans, and this guy was asking us, like, so what do you usually get? And I was like, oh, I get the carne asadas, which is out.
They ran out of my fries, though. You guys ran out of everything.
Yeah, I know, vegan hooligans, like, what's up with you guys?
Yeah,
like,
come on, get more burgers, like,
you guys
what?
have, like, a big-ass menu. It's like, there's, like, 8 things on the menu, and then we come there, what do you
Man,
guys have?
nothing.
We're out of this, we're out of carne asada.
What do you mean you're out?
What do you mean you're out?
Go buy some
Why
more
are you
bread,
at Sick New World, and you're out of food? Like, and it's
Man,
just,
we starved.
no milkshakes, we wanted a milkshake. We're like, guys, we want a proper American food.
You guys almost made me starve.
We're in America, and you guys don't have 80 milkshakes. Like, look
No
at this.
milkshake, no burgers,
No goddamn
nothing.
milkshakes. Like, what is? That's not the American way. We want milkshake and burgers and fries. And y'all don't have any
You
of that.
guys didn't have
Come
it.
on. What's up with you? All right.
Not very American.
But he was like, yeah, we love vegan food, but we hate vegans. I'm like, well, really? And I didn't tell. He didn't know I was a vegan, but I was like, oh yeah, vegans. Yeah, well, why do you hate vegans, sir? He was like, dude, because like they don't understand. Like, there's medical reasons that people need to eat meat. Okay, and I was like, bro. What medical reasons do you need to eat meat? First of all, humans are like 100% anatomical frugivores.
Yeah.
So we are meant to eat fruits and veggies. Like, that's it. And in fact, you look at people, like you look at the Game Changers when they documented professional athletes eating the fucking plant-based foods. They were reversing their diseases. They were getting better performance.
Yeah.
So if you eat plant-based foods the right way, right? Not like Beyond Burgers every day, but if you're actually eating plant-based foods, your body will heal, your mind will heal, everything just, it's just like a positive spiral. So it's like, there's a mountain of evidence showing that
also, if they say that and they do eat beef and bacon, they also just don't know what they're talking about, because if anything, the meat is killing them. Again, with this whole heart disease and everything, and red meat being the #1 cause, like, I don't really understand the whole health aspect of it, because you're getting iron from red meat, sure, but it's like, look how much other stuff you're getting. That's like saying I'm eating potato chips for like healthy salts, or I don't even know, like some crap like that. And then it has everything else in it. It's like, okay, what's the point? You can get iron from like 30 different places that doesn't come from a cow. So it's like, maybe if they like don't understand it and they're just eating chicken and egg and milk and they think those 3 things are healthy, but if you're saying that and you eat like everything else, like especially beef and steak and pork and bacon, like it just does not make any sense when you're doing it for the health aspect. That makes 0 sense. If anything, it's killing you, and I think no matter what, everyone can agree on that. And if you don't, you just don't know your science. Like, that's really,
they call it the red herring fallacy, like where they're just trying to like detract the topic, like instead of like having to deal with the moral dilemma, the moral, you know, imperative that you have of not wanting to support animals. They're trying to like switch the topic to health and say like, oh no, we have to do it because of this. But that's like a smokescreen, because once you really dissect it, there is no actual tangible evidence showing that you need to eat meat for, you know, for your health reasons. Now, there's like nutrients in meat, but there's also nutrients in the soil. It doesn't mean you should eat the dirt, does it?
Yeah.
So it's like just because there's nutrients in it does not mean it's the most ideal way to get it. And I feel like people keep forgetting the fact that
the whole health part just does not count. And usually when they don't even, like, a lot, I've noticed, I don't think it's everyone, but a lot of people refuse to even dissect deeply into it. Like, they just automatically just don't want to believe it. They think it's a bunch of bull crap, but it's not. When you show them, they're just like, and then they come up with another reason, like maybe money or something like that. But in reality, like, guys, I'm a college student. I really don't think it's that hard to just buy a can of beans from the grocery store either. Or even like everything else, no? Like, you think that too, right?
Yeah, dude, there's a whole
I don't think it's more expensive.
There is actually a tribe in the Himalayas that has survived on plant-based foods for 5,000 years. So if a tribe in the Himalayas, which is a food desert that people, you know, try to excuse and be like, oh, we're in a food desert, we have to eat KFC. No, you don't have to eat poison. It's such a lame excuse, because I think if people are too lazy to logically look at if their actions align with their morality, and they're just like, well, everyone else is doing it, so I guess I'll do it too, and just
I think that's really all
are crazy.
it is. Everyone else is doing it, so it's okay, but it's just like, There's so many things everyone else has been doing throughout history. Doesn't make it right. And people are going to make excuses for it. They've made excuses for so many other things. Well, like, oh, it's a woman's job. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It's just natural for men to do this and men to do that. How is it different for this? Oh, it's natural for us to eat meat. We've been doing it for 1,000 years. You're not going to make that excuse when you talk about domestic violence or marrying 13-year-olds or whatever, because people make excuses for it to this day. And I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't agree with that, so I don't really understand how this is any different. And I have a feeling in the future, I have a feeling in the future people are going to say the same thing. Oh, people used to eat meat, people used to do that. What excuses did they say? Did they say it was about health and that's just how we always worked?
One day, your grandkids are going to look at you and they're going to be like,
what
they're like, Grandpa, did you know back in the day they used to eat animals? And the vegans, they were like trying to fight for liberation and then they eventually won. What side were you on, Grandpa? I'm gonna be like, yeah, your grandpa.
I'm gonna start.
He was on the wrong side of history. But yeah, that was my conversation with that guy from in line.
I didn't even know you actually talked to him.
Yeah, I talked to him, and then his friend had like a bleeding nose. He came into the line to cut, and his nose was just like covered in just blood because I'm guessing a mosh pit that he was in.
Oh no, that's not actually okay. A lot of people ask me, they're like, "What if it's part of my tradition and part of my family type of thing?" And I've had a few friends come to me and talk to me about that, and I told them it's like, you know what, you could keep doing what you're doing if you really want to be vegan, but just eat meat because of like your family or whatever. Do it. But it just depends what you're doing it for, because for both reasons, whether you're doing it for health or moral reasons, that whole tradition thing just doesn't coincide.
It's really like you gotta philosophize it. Like, what is tradition? Like, what is respect? You're like, oh, you gotta respect the tradition.
You don't have to kill an animal
what does
to
that
understand
mean?
respect.
If our tradition was the Nazi Empire, would you respect our traditions of putting all these people into concentration?
Yeah, if my tradition
it's a tradition. It's a tradition of a culture.
You can't be mad. Like, it's a tradition. Of course you're going to be pissed off because it's stupid. It's like some people view that as stupid.
I feel like some people might not even, they'll say like, oh, well, Nazis aren't a culture. They're a cult. Well, what is a cult? Are you in a cult? How do you know you're not in a cult? So it's like you got to philosophize and really question the logic of these things, but people don't.
People these days call
they're in the
everything
matrix.
a cult.
You're in the matrix.
Exactly.
You're programmed. You're not thinking. You got to think.
There's so many average people that actually are willing to understand these concepts, but for some reason don't. Like, they call people in certain religions a cult. A lot of religious people aren't going to agree with them, right? It's like, why don't you question yourself and ask yourself if you're in a cult or not? You watch those videos.
You can't say culture without cult.
Oh yeah.
Most cultures can there's a cult in every culture, I think.
If your culture takes a victim, I don't care. I'm sorry. Like, even for my own.
If you're oppressing someone.
If you're oppressing someone, I don't give a what your culture is, bro. Like, ethics is more important than tradition.
If you're killing someone or something or whatever you want to call animals.
For your tradition.
It's a cult.
Yeah.
It's a
exactly.
Cult. You're sacrificing animals in a temple, and you're gonna say that's a culture.
Yeah. People, I mean,
dude, we saw Christspiracy. That Christ even thought that was a cult. When he saw that was happening in the temple, he was like, "We're shutting this down." What was it called? The Den of Thieves?
Yeah, Den of Thieves.
Look up the Den of Thieves. That was crazy. And then 3 days later, after he shut the whole temple down, crucified.
And you think about it, you don't even view your religious figures as like killing animals, and while they're begging and screaming for their lives, you think your prophets and this and that would actually, like, it just, maybe they did to some people, but it doesn't even make sense. Why would God do that? Create a being that feels pain, that begs for his life, when you hold them down and slit their throat and you still take it? Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know.
Make any sense.
Zero.
I feel like people just don't want to make sense these days. I feel like they kind of know the answer, and they're just trying to create all these denials and cognitive defense mechanism just to run away.
They always have.
You can't run away from the truth, my friend.
You can't run away from the truth. You've never been able to. The truth will always prevail, no matter what crime or atrocity you commit. Justice will prevail.
There's like a saying. It's like the truth is like a lion. Once you let it out, it defends itself.
Yep.
You can't hide the truth no matter what. I mean, look at every type of political situation, shit like the U.S. government tries to hide. It gets out. It gets out. You can't hide it. Honesty is the best policy. So, living your life on a lie under the matrix, you're gonna be up for a very rude awakening.
You know what's an interesting thing though? I don't think these people, like, especially people that argue the most against veganism, they don't actually, like, they think that, like, they're going to be victims. And they're right in a way, because they are victims to this entire thing. They think that, like, how do I word this? Like, they think that the world is just not made to be vegan or whatever. It's going to make everything harder for them, but it's not in the way they think it's going to be. It's going to be hard, like, societal-wise and everything, but I don't think a lot of people understand how bad the meat industry actually is to society. Yeah. It is literally a big reason to freaking global starvation. Our people are dying and starving across the whole world because of factory farming. And if you're an environmentalist, pretty sure you already know the facts about that. It's like, you're destroying your own people, you're destroying your health. There's nothing more convenient about eating meat just because it's a little bit cheaper at McDonald's, which there's no health involved in that anyway. Because getting grass-fed steak is pretty expensive too.
Yeah, and like, I feel like people also gotta like I feel like I say this stuff all the time, like the actual logic, and people are like, yeah, it's true, but then they don't change. But you gotta actually like watch documentaries. You actually gotta read the research yourself, because when you see it by yourself, I see people change their behavior so rapidly. Like, I know people that have known this for their whole life, but until they see a documentary like Cowspiracy, and then the documentary walks them from A to B, step by step, then suddenly they're like, okay, I'm trying to change it. I'm just like, you knew this your whole life. Like, you knew this for years, not your whole life, but like for years you knew this, and now you're suddenly making the change. So it's interesting that people, I feel like, need to be like emotionally convinced before they're logically convinced.
If you're getting all your vegan friends to explain something to you, you know it's right, or even if you're like vegetarian, because I was in that point too, like, you kind of know things are wrong, but you just don't care, because you can pause the video and go live your everyday life doing your everyday things that are normal, right? That's not enough. Like, I feel like the minute you watch a documentary or something like that, and I mean multiple, and don't just reject it from the beginning, because you can just tell people, hey, you watched it even though you didn't listen to any of it. Step by step, through the research, through the logic, like, you can't escape that. You can escape someone else talking to you. You can escape all these other things that everyone else is telling you, but with the logic, with the reason, then you start seeing it more. Because a lot of the time, your vegan friends can't explain things to you, and sometimes you just don't care, and I get that. Like, I was like that too. Sometimes you just gotta watch things over and over again until you realize that you cannot click out. Or sorry, until you realize that you can click out of it. Everyone else can't. Yeah. Everyone else around the world that's starving because of your mistakes, everyone else in the world that's starving and dying because of these disasters that are happening because of global warming, like flooding and all this crap, they're all dying because of us. Because of us, we're the privileged ones. Yeah. And it's not the vegans that are the privileged ones, they're the ones that are trying to change things. It's like people like, I'm not gonna lie, like who I used to be, we're the privileged ones that don't understand that we're the reason why the world is, so many of the world has its problems. You don't have to physically kill someone to be part of an issue. You're paying people to kill animals. You don't have to kill a dog yourself. You don't have to kill a cow yourself. You could pay someone else to do it. You could pay for their farts. That's privilege. And you could pay for global warming. We're all paying for global warming, right? And they'll blame it on other things like cars or whatever that are less like morally
that's red herring fallacy. You're trying to detract. You're like, all right, well, what about cars? Okay, well, what about the bees?
And you look at the facts that cars aren't even the issue.
What about the bigger picture? So if cars cause more pollution, then what? What's your point? Let's eat more meat? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That literally, I swear to God, I see the red herring fallacy everywhere. They're just like, whoa, the avocados! The avocados are killing bees!
Who was eating the avocados?
Okay, so what? Is that a vegan issue or is that a systematic issue? And can you grow your own avocados? Yes? Yeah. Okay, that means all avocados aren't killing bees. You can actually
you grow your own cows? Why don't you kill your own cows?
Every piece of beef has to have come from a dead cow. Every avocado does not have to have come from a dead bee. It's as simple as that. Oh, no, but Piers Morgan said that. Dude, you're in the matrix. Your head, you're programmed. Your brain is like, it's just fried.
And I love when they talk about morals, like, oh, these avocados, all this. I'm like, you understand that, like, factory farming is worse than that. Like, one Google search and you would understand that it's worse than all transportation on Earth combined. Why is that even an argument? Why are you coming for the minor problems, bro?
Meat and dairy is a direct product of factory farming.
Exactly.
Bees getting killed in the process of avocados is a system issue. It's not a vegan issue. This has nothing to do with what we're telling them to do. Of course, you cannot support it if you don't want to support animal cruelty, but you can buy cruelty-free avocados. It's just we live in a meat-eating system.
You can't buy cruelty-free cow.
If they started saying this avocado is vegan and this avocado is not vegan, people would be able to make more choices. That is a recent discovery that people found out that avocados are somehow killing bees, but it's not all avocados. This is just some bull propaganda from the meat industry that everyone's like, we finally found a way to cancel the vegans.
Yeah,
so
it's not an actual argument at all, and I think everyone knows that. Like, it just sounds more
everyone
stupider.
deep down knows this, but I think these people that are hyping this argument up are just trying to find an escape route to detract from the moral dilemma, as usual.
It's a
smoke screen. It's a smoke screen.
Yeah.
Y'all can't fool me, man. Y'all know.
No, you can't fool anyone. Like, it sounds stupid. I think people themselves know it. Like, it's just such a dumb argument. I've heard not that they're that valid, but actual valid arguments for meat eating. All of that is just such bullcrap. It takes one Google search to understand. Everything you just said was complete bullcrap.
Wait, hold on. Did you eat the chocolate donut?
I didn't eat it, you fat. You finished the whole thing.
We have only got half a vegan donut left.
Wait, where did you put the other one?
I think I ate the chocolate donut. Bro, I ate it that fast. All right, back to the topic.
But yeah, like, it's just a bunch of excuses, and they're not even good excuses either.
Not good excuses at all. It's just lame. It's just like, dude, y'all like need to learn the art of debating first before you.
Yeah, at least at least try to debate.
Red herring fallacy. Then they'll do red herring fallacy, and I think the straw man fallacy. Those are the most common shit.
What do you think about carnivore?
Carnivore diets?
I be seeing people on Reddit. I kid you not, like grown people at the age of 40 and 50 years old on Reddit talking about, guys, I'm on the carnivore diet. Why is my hair falling out?
Yeah, have you noticed that? I've noticed that too, dude. I've noticed all the people on the carnivore diet, their hair is falling out. Animal protein does that to you. I don't know if you guys know this. Like, oh, well, I'm getting all my nutrients from a nutrient-dense source. Bro, you can get it from the soil.
You might be
that doesn't mean it's good for you. It doesn't mean you should eat the dirt because it's nutrient-dense. You're gonna die, bro. People on the carnivore diet survived back in the day.
You guys are killing yourselves.
And they only survived till 30 years old. So it's like, cavemen did it, carnivore diet.
Yeah,
bro,
they lived to like 25.
That is a survival. Meat is a survival food. It's not good for you. It's like if an apocalypse happened, like this whole all this nuclear war crap happening right now, or like the Cold War. If that happened and we had to like live underground, we could survive off of like diet soda, bags of chips, right? But we're not going to survive very long. It's a survival food. It's not healthy for you. But my point is just like, what is this bullshit? This is the Matrix, dude. Like, all this nasty food here. I mean, Del Taco has vegan options, but like, come on, guys. Come on.
Just put a pineapple there, man.
Put a pineapple tree. I want to see a pineapple tree in the desert. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see.
I'm going to keep fighting the cause until those pineapple trees
are
in the
desert.
fruit
tricks. The fruit tricks.
I'm gonna create the fruit tricks.
And then they're gonna be like, why is there a pineapple tree in the desert?
Fruit tricks.
It's the fruit.
Sounds like a cereal. The fruit tricks. Fruit tricks are for kids.
Oh yeah, don't trick cereal. If fruit tricks people can like convince the whole world of evil, like whatever. At least there's a pineapple tree in the middle of the desert. I don't want to see these Del Taco signs everywhere.
Imagine a world where there's a pineapple tree in every city. We would solve all the problems. The wars would disappear. Families would come back. Mental health would be great. There's a pineapple tree in every city.
Just shut up. It's a pineapple tree.
We are chilling. There'd be reggae music playing.
Yep.
Bob Marley, people smoking weed everywhere. Mm-hmm. Everyone's just chilling. There's like monkeys climbing up the trees, getting the pineapple. We're just chilling, right? Anyways, guys, that was all I had for today. That was my venting. Chaos out.
See you never. I'm just kidding. See you soon.